Okay, now, we want to take the system, 2x plus 4y equals 5, 3x minus 2y equals 2, and write it as a matrix equation. And then we're going to reduce the matrix to the inverse and use the inverse to solve the equation. So, what do we get? Well, this is of the form A times an x column vector equals a b column vector if A is, well, it's our friendly matrix that we've already inverted. Okay, there's our A matrix. Our x vector is just the xy, so if we multiply this matrix by this, we get these two left-hand sides, and that's equal to this, so that the left-hand side of the AX will be equal to 5. You know what I mean, the first row, you know what I mean. Okay, so we get this, and this is something we've done, so we did it well over a week ago, so it's something you should have mastered by now. Also, it appeared in the assignments, so hopefully you've done it there too. Even though I'm only getting homework from about half the class, that's kind of a plug for the other half of you to get on it, because you're not going to learn this unless you do the homework or your IQ is over 160. And that is about one person in how many? Well over 1,000. Yeah, I've had that. I've had people with IQs that high, and they do learn it just by watching it. Nobody else does. Okay, so we get the equation AX equals B for these matrices, and it follows, and of course we could write the intermediate step. That tells you that, okay, A inverse times AX equals A inverse times your B, where B is your, this B is just a column vector. This capital B was your inverse, but I'm going to start calling it A inverse. A inverse times A is your identity. And the identity times anything leaves that thing unchanged, so X is A inverse B. That is, there are the steps to get from here to here. We've already seen it, but I thought maybe it'd be good to repeat it. Okay, so X, which is our XY column vector, is equal to A inverse, which is this matrix that we got from row reducing, and could have gotten from the rule for the 2 by 2 matrices, but that rule doesn't work beyond 2 by 2, and multiply that by B. Well, we do that multiplication very easily. 1/8 of 5 is 5/8, 1/4 of 2 is 1/2, 5/8 and 1/2 is 5/8 and 4/8, which is 9/8. 3/16 of 5 is 15/16. Negative 1/8 times 2 is negative 1/4, which is negative 4/16, giving you 11/16. Then we plug these numbers back in here, and everything works out. 2 times 9/8 is 18/8, which is 36/16. 4 times 11/16 is 44/16. 36 and 44 is 80, so we get 80/16, and lo and behold, 16 goes into 85 times. So that's verified. And then 3x, 3 times 9/8 is 27/8. 2 times, negative 2 times 11/16 is negative 22/16. So we have 27/8, which is 54/16, minus 22/16. These fractions choke me up every time. 54/16 minus 22/16 is 32/16, which is 2. So everything's verified. We've used the inverse matrix to solve the equation.